Hey guys, Rebecca here, owner of Holy Rustic DIY Studio, and we are painting our BOGO kit of the month, which you all voted to be the Warm Winter Wishes Penguin Door Hanger. So what I've done is I've separated each piece into piles for each color, and I'm going to start with white. So for the white, I'm using the round, the penguin face, and the letters Warm in Winter, which I like to put on a piece of tape so I don't lose any letters or pieces. So let me know if you are painting or if you have this kit. I realized, hey Teresa, are you painting tonight? I realized that we have not done this in a while because our last BOGO was the Black Friday BOGO, I think, before January. And of course we didn't get on and do any lives or tutorials. Number one, because it was crazy busy, and number two, because it was unlimited BOGO, so there was no specific kit to paint. My goodness, y'all hear that noisy cat? I don't know what is going on back there. Anyways, so we have not done this in a bit because we didn't do a December kit. And what's today? The 20th? So it's almost time for the March kit. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Y'all do the BOGOs together, right? Yeah, that's the BOGOs are perfect for getting together and painting. That's kind of why we started the whole thing, and it just stuck. So glad you're able to use it that way. This is a fun little penguin. I'm obsessed with the colors on this, and I've really had to refrain from wanting to paint everything in these colors. So it's like a turquoise and like a, what was it? It's called Fun Fuchsia by Deco Art, and it is fun. It's a fun fuchsia. So all right. Y'all may have, let me see. Hold on. Messing with my tech stuff here. All right. We sent out quite a few of these. I know we're kind of getting into Valentine's Day now, but this is really an appropriate, oh good, yeah. This is an appropriate kit right now because it is freezing outside. I have been freezing all day, which really is nothing new to me, but I've been unusually cold today because it's really cold outside. So it's like one of those days where I go to let the dogs out and just kind of peek my head out. I'm not standing out there with them. Nope. There's been like flurries, but we still haven't had a good snowstorm here, which normally wouldn't break my heart, but as long as I don't have to go out in it, I'm okay. So I don't mind it from the window. Anybody had a good snow lately? We have not. They keep saying that we're going to, but it has not happened. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one. It was awful. Awful cold. I've had 2 heaters running, like space heaters running on me all day too. And I'm still freezing. So I think it's about time to turn my electric blanket on high and crawl underneath it for the rest of the night. So that's what's coming for me later this evening. I think we got some kind of soup. My husband decided to get in the kitchen earlier. I smelled it when I walked in, so he's making dinner. I know I got some kind of warm soup going on, and then electric blanket, and I'm done for the day. Isn't that awful? It's like when you can't get your feet or your head warm, the rest of you isn't warm, right? If you can get your feet and your head good, then normally you're good. But yeah, if you can't get your feet warm, then it's a losing battle. I get some of those fuzzy socks. Have you tried those fuzzy socks? I feel like they might have some like heated fuzzy socks or something. Surely that's a thing, right? All right, so I just did this round in a layer of white, and I'm just gonna move it out of the way because it's big. So I'm moving the round to the side, and we're just gonna work on all these little pieces. Which, by the way, when we, when I painted the example, we had these in a lot more pieces than you all got them in. So I did make some changes, luckily, so you wouldn't have so many little pieces. Like all these little eyeballs were in different pieces. And I changed that so they're on the face. We don't have to keep up with eyeballs. Sometimes those little pieces are a nightmare on our end for sure. And I'm just painting this whole face white, and that's going to help with coverage on the nose and the eyes. So we're just going to do this in all white at first, and then we'll go back and do some yellow and, is it black, I think, right? Yeah, I don't know if they have heated socks or not. I guess you could put those little heated, what are they, hand warmers, feet warmers. They have those things you can put in. I don't know that they really help. I feel like I've tried them at like concerts and stuff before, and I don't really notice a difference. I don't know. But I know like my family knows how cold I am all the time. Yep, got paint on me. So I always get like everything heated. I get a new electric blanket like once a year, but that's because I use it so much it seems to go out on me. And then I have two electric blankets for the car. Like you plug them into the USB or whatever it is called, and heat them in the car. So I can't drive with it, it just doesn't work, but I do use it when my husband's driving. So that's nice. And then I've gotten a heated scarf at some point too. So, all right, for these letters, I like to leave the edges dark because they're laser cut. So I just kind of brush right over top of the letters, just kind of dab, like I lay my brush kind of flat and just dab that paint so that I don't brush a lot of excess across the sides. So I just prefer to leave the edges dark. I mean, you can paint them, but listen, when you're doing white on this these laser cut edges, you're talking about several coats, and it is a pain to try to cover all those, curves and crevices on these letters. So this is the best way to do it. And really, if you have like a makeup sponge or something like that, that's a good way to do this too. So either lay your brush flat and just kind of dab it on, or use a makeup brush and dab it on. So whichever you want to do. Because that's the one thing we don't send in the kits is the brushes. So that is up to you, whether you use a sponge or a brush. Yeah, you definitely need to find you a heated blanket. I don't know how people live without heated blankets. That's my number one. That would be, man, if I could choose like one thing, if I could have like one thing, it would be that. I would not want to go without it. We do a vacation every year after Christmas just because it's so crazy and like taxing on us. So we did some Gatlinburg, and then we did just an Airbnb like halfway. Just to, try a new little town. We like to do that, and it was so cute. It was like on a farm, and it looked into the stables. Hey, Amy. I'm going to switch colors here, so I think I'm going to go over here to the fuchsia. So I'm going to do this part, fuchsia, the scarf, the earmuffs, and then the word welcome. But anyways, it was so cold in that little suite that was like connected to the barn. I knew I wasn't going to make it. So we literally tracked down to Walmart so I could get myself an electric blanket. I was like, I cannot make it in this all night. So, I don't know. How are you, Amy? What are you up to? You painting? Oh, I think, have you and Teresa met yet? I think I saw y'all were gonna exchange some card crafting stuff, right? I love that idea. It's so fun. Were y'all able to do that? Okay, so I'm just gonna take a smaller flat brush and go ahead and start painting this. And you can paint right over top of this, or let me show you what you could do. So here's a makeup sponge. Nothing. That sounds amazing. I'm just gonna dip this. This is just a cheap little makeup sponge from the dollar store, and they work great. So I just dip it in the paint and dab it, and then you can do that over your engraved part. So I'm just gonna show you the difference here. So this, let me see if I can get it in the camera. This is the one I used a brush on. This is the one I use a sponge on. So we've started adding this to our instructions. If you want to really make these engraved pieces pop without having to paint them, just take a makeup sponge and dab over those engraved parts, and it's gonna show a lot better than it will with a brush. So see the difference? This is a brush, this is a sponge. It just really leaves those a lot more prominent. Haven't met yet? Yeah, that's awesome that y'all are gonna do that though. Maybe I can do some card making together. Is that what it was? Yeah, because the Valentine's card for the bingo, right? Is that how we got on that subject of the card making? I've loved seeing those. Alright, I'm gonna switch back to a brush for the in-between, just because I always prefer brushes, but I do like to use the sponge on the engraved parts. So I'm just painting this the same way, away, like towards the edges instead of away from it, so that we don't cover the edges of the dark edges. Crazy week at work. Well, you definitely need to craft then, right? At least tomorrow is Friday, right? You've almost made it to the weekend. Yeah, well, Teresa, that's normal for creatives, right? Our minds just want to do all the things. It's so hard to pick just one. Really hard to pick just one. I mean, and I've told y'all before, that's why I like the Creative Outlet box, is because I can throw some extra, crafts in there that I wouldn't normally do. So it gives me an opportunity to try things outside of, just my wood crafts and things like that. So that's one of my favorite parts about planning that box, is I get to do things that I probably would not normally make time for. I do wonder though, like, even when you do all the things, do you still have a favorite? Yay for Friday. Yes, definitely yay for Friday. You still have like a favorite craft that you prefer to do over everything else, even when you do, a little bit of everything? I have to think. String art is still my favorite, and I do wish I had time to really sit down, because we do so many wood crafts now, where I used to just do string art, and now I do just a lot of wood crafts. But I do sometimes wish I could sit down and do like an elaborate string art design. Maybe one day, right? Hopefully. Yes, those craft days with the girls are so fun. I really enjoyed the one that we did before Christmas. So that's next weekend, right? So not this weekend, but next weekend we're doing the what is it called? It's the Valentine maker thing. I can't even think of it. But yeah, we have a lot of fun. on those days. And they're so talented and so creative. It's really cool to see what everybody comes up with for these events. Just everybody has a different, like unique creative style. And then I love seeing what all the, what you all do with the tutorials and stuff too. Scrapbook's your favorite? I went through a phase where I did scrapbooks, and I'm so glad that I did, because I love to go back and look at those now. But when I think about actually sitting down and doing another scrapbook, oh my, I get overwhelmed and I'm like, nope, not happening. But I did that before I got into string art, wood crafts, and business and all that. So I just do personal scrapbooks, and they're beautiful now. I'm so glad I did them. But the intention was to do one every year, and that lasted like 4 years maybe. So, but yeah, it is a lot of fun. But I was always surprised at how time consuming scrapbooking was, because it just seemed like I'd start it and it was like never done. I just keep going and going and going. You get in mood, you'll do something for a while and switch it up. Yeah. Yep, I got that. I get that. Beautiful things. Yeah, there's just something about creating. Amy says she's several years behind. Yeah, I'd say I'm right there with you at this point. I think I even started with the last scrapbook that I did. I started it by like putting the page backgrounds in and maybe even some stickers, and like had an idea for what I was gonna do. Hey, Emily from Missouri. Oh, awesome. How's your weather? It's freezing here. That's what we were talking about, how cold it is today. But yeah, I got as far as putting the sleeves in, or the papers and the stickers and stuff, and then I closed it, and I haven't opened that thing for probably 6 years. So we're talking about our favorite crafts, Emily. Do you have one? Like how we, as creatives, we like to do all of the things and make, all the pretty stuff. But I was wondering if, everybody kind of had a favorite, that like a go-to. Because mine's still string art. I still love string art. So that's why we still do that in the Holy Creatives membership. Because that's really the only time I have to like create new string art. Because when we first started and had the brick and mortar studio, I was constantly creating new string art designs, because that was the whole basis of the studio in the beginning. But once we kind of transitioned and then we moved online and don't do the brick and mortar anymore, I really don't have any reason to create string art designs except for Holy Creatives. So that's why that's kind of the basis for that. 'Cause you got to do what you love, right? I love this color, but it is, it really does look like it's going to need a second coat. Yep, I hear that too. We all know how that goes. Crafting is expensive. It can be expensive. But, when you really think about it, I mean, crafting is good for so many things, right? Like, and if you can replace therapy, I mean, it kind of balances out, right? Crafting is therapy, so sanity, mental health, self-care, all of those things are kind of rolled up into creating. I mean, that's why they have art therapy, right? So if it helps with medical bills and things like that, you're taking care of yourself, then I call it a wash. I mean, I know it's good for your sanity and self-care and all that, because it has really brought me out of a mess a while back. And I still, like, when I get super stressed out, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to step away from work and business, and I'm just going to create something. Just to kind of relax my mind. I should probably do it more than I do, but I do get that way. So and exactly, yes, Teresa, there's all kinds of memes like that too, and it's because we all relate. We all know as creatives that is the norm, right? I'm gonna pay somebody else 10 when we can spend 40-50 bucks in supplies and do it ourselves, right? I think though I've gotten a lot better about that. I just don't have the same kind of time I used to, so I can't just make whatever I want. So I do buy a lot of handmade from other people. So I'm like, I'd rather pay you to do it. I'm tired. I don't have time. But that's funny. I know I ordered a door hanger from someone a couple days ago because it was beautiful, and I was like I'm not gonna tell my husband because he'd be like, why'd you pay for this when you could do it? I don't want to. Oh, Teresa, you should only let people in your craft room that understand a craft room, right? I mean, what happens in the craft room stays in the craft room, right? That's the way it should be. Only a crafter would understand the clutter and the amount of things in a craft room. I love seeing other people's craft rooms because it usually makes me feel normal. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a disaster. But then sometimes I see other creatives and I'm like, good, I'm not the only one. I mean, you know, that's why we do the D-Stash twice a year. I mean, I already have enough to do a D-Stash, and we really probably need to, honestly. We usually do it in the fall and the spring, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the spring this time around. So we've got some big changes coming up. I can't wait to tell y'all. It's not official yet, so I cannot, but we're gonna be moving some things around, so I need to declutter again. So we really probably need to do a D-Stash sooner rather than later, because otherwise it's going to be a bigger task than it should be. Alright, I'm just kind of doing a little bit of extra coverage on this color. I'm just going to use a brush to go back over it. A Hobby Lobby with a stomach bug. That's funny. I don't think I've ever heard anyone describe their craft room like that, but I get it. Hobby Lobby with a stomach bug. That is hilarious. And it's okay, right? That's our happy place. Yeah, I knew craft supplies could grow fast, but man, once you throw a business into it, it just literally takes over. It entire life. I'm okay with it. All right, so there's our fuchsia. What we have left, we have these are black. So I'm going to do these 3 pieces black. So this is the top of the head. This is the belly, and actually I think that should be white, and this is going to be black too. So let me paint his little belly white real quick, and then I'll go around and do the black. You can or can't find most of what you need, because if you can find what you need, you're doing pretty good. I can't find anything I need ever. And thank goodness for y'all ladies that help me out, because I can't find anything most of the time. Like, where's this? Where's that? Oh, Teresa, you cheated on me. Oh man, you're in trouble. No, that's fine. We should support each other, and we do in that group, so that is all good. Which one did you order? You doing the gnomes? There are so many cute projects in the group. I love it. You can? Well, then you're doing good, Amy. You are doing good. I already got my black. All right, I'm gonna paint around this black. Yeah, I can't find anything. Even when I try to get organized, I still can't find anything. I just give up on finding things. Just search forever. I do lose my phone a lot. I lose my phone a lot. Every corner of the place. I carry it with me, put it down, can't find it when I need it again. So yes, the gnomes, they're super cute. I figured that's probably the one you got. Is that a reversible one? I've seen one that's reversible. I don't think that one is. This is all Valentine's stuff, right? I'm trying to remember what else in the group. I know there's a painted gnome, and then I think one of them's doing the wood gnome stand. They are super cute. Yeah, you asked me about presenting in there, and then I saw that you did the love string art. So we kind of, the thing with that is that we get an hour, right? And a lot of the string arts that I do, I worry that I can't get them done in an hour, and I knew we could do that one in an hour. So that's why we're doing it again. So I don't know, you've already done it in all string, so that probably won't help you much. I probably should have come up with something new, but busy. So it is reversible. I thought I'd seen that it was reversible. So it's the leprechauns, right? It's St. Patrick's on one side and Valentine's on the other. Yeah, super cute. That's gonna be a fun one. You know, so St. Patrick's is March 17th, which means we have a couple kits for that I need to get out. I keep meaning to add some of the kits that we have, and I forget. So we need to get that out. And then when is Mardi Gras? Is that in March too? Valentine and St. Patty's, yeah. Yep, I thought that was it. Gnomes are so good for all of the holidays. You can just dress them up to match whatever season and holiday that you're in. That's why I like them. So Mardi Gras in March, and then Easter is mid-April this year, right? Like April 17th or something. So we do have some Easter kits out already. But we do have more. I need to get all the things out. We do like a big product dump right at the beginning of the month. So we put all the new website or kits on the website, and then still have more throughout the month that I could upload. I just get distracted. I need to do that. Alright, so we have this done. So the black's done. It shouldn't need another coat. It'll be good. And a lot of these edges here are going to be covered up anyways with the pieces on top. So I'm going to move these out of the way, and we're almost done. We just have, are we almost done? Oh, we have this one. So this is our little snowflake. It's all cut out. So we're just going to paint over that real quick. I have this dark turquoise, and hopefully I have enough because this bottle is almost empty. March 2nd. Is that Mardi Gras? Mardi Gras is March 2nd. I've never been to Mardi Gras, but I've been to New Orleans just, you know, for fun, just to check out the area, and we loved it. It was so different than any other trip we've been on, because, you know, you're still in the States, but it feels like a totally different country. Like the atmosphere and the food and, you know, the music and just the vibes are so different. Have y'all been there before to New Orleans? Man, we had a lot of fun, and we keep talking about going back. It was just we just enjoyed the area. But I mean, I've never been for Mardi Gras. That's probably not my scene, but I would like to go back to New Orleans. Is it fun? I bet the parades are really cool. Of course, are they even doing those anymore? Wasn't it last year they had to cancel that with COVID and all? I'm sure it's crazy. I'm sure it's fun. But the reason I brought that up is because when we went to New Orleans, we went to, was it a museum or I don't even know where we went. We were in some kind of tour. I don't know. And at the end of the tour, they brought out it's a king cake, right? Is that what it's called? King cake, which I had not had before. I just thought it was fun to be able to experience that tradition there in New Orleans with the baby and the cake and all that. So yeah, I was kind of surprised because it's like a kind of a cinnamon roll. 10 pounds of beads. Oh my gosh. Wow. When did you go, Amy? I guess it had to be more than a few years ago, right? Things have been so weird the last couple of years. Yeah, I don't know. New Orleans was very different and just really cool. Really cool place. Right after Katrina. Gosh, you know, that seems like not that long ago, but I guess it probably was, wasn't it? You know, everything just goes by so fast anymore. It's like, I mean, in my mind, that was probably just like a couple years ago, but it wasn't, right? It was a long time ago, wasn't it? When Katrina happened. Crazy. I love these colors together. I don't know. I'll be interested to see if anybody paints with different colors, though. There's so many different combinations that you could do on the store hanger and make it adorable. So, you know, a lot of people like to use their own paint and kind of go their own route. Yeah, I think it has. But, you know, the last 2 years are just like non-existent. It's just like, I don't know. It almost feels like they're just erased from time. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it really is one big blur. All right, and then all that's left is the gray. And once we get the gray on there, then we'll do the little, was it that long ago? 2008. Goodness. 18, 19, 20. I have to use my fingers. Oh man, I knew it was probably longer than I thought, but I didn't realize it was that long ago. All All right, we're gonna do this in a gray, and probably, so we sent like a light gray out, and you could, and I think what I did with mine is add a little bit of black to make it like a darker gray. So you probably have a kind of a light gray, and I just at some point added a little bit of black just to make it darker. Yeah, if it was 2008, I'm way behind. I do feel like the older I get, though, the faster time goes. Is that just me? I don't know. Even my kids say that sometimes. They're like, it seems like time goes by faster now than it used to. I don't know. What? No, it was not. You have got to be kidding me. Oh, man. I would have never guessed that. That's crazy. 2005? Wow. I don't know what to think about how far off I was there. Oh my gosh. Yep, I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought 2008 seemed really far back, but I'm mind blown by 2005. Goodness. I was just a youngin'. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I graduated in 2000. I really didn't think it was that I was that young when that happened. But, you know, I'm still that age in my mind, so that's probably why. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because that is how I feel. It's just no sense of time. And especially in the last couple of years. So we can't be the only ones that feel that way. I think it's just kind of a universal thing right now, just because of everything that we've been going through. All the happenings. It was like one of those things that, you know, happened very quickly, and we thought maybe it'd all go away, and then it didn't. So it's just been kind of a blur since then. Alright, so I mixed up my gray, and then I didn't mix enough. So I was trying to milk it to get that last little bit covered so it would match. So I'm trying to mix up a little bit more to kind of match that for the earmuff. So this is the top of the earmuffs that goes around his little head. I haven't seen real penguins in a while. I feel like there's somewhere you can go and interact with penguins. Does anybody know of that? Or am I just making that up? I feel like there is somewhere you can go. I think is it the aquarium? Don't they have a penguin thing? Maybe up north, Cincinnati. I think they have one, but I don't know if you can interact with them. Son we haven't been able to be together with him for last week. Aww, that's terrible. I know a lot of people right now that are going through that. That's rough. Poor thing. You've never been to where? The aquarium? Does your son live close to you, Teresa? Yeah, I think I thought they did have penguins. I haven't been there in forever because my kids aren't little anymore, so that's just not like something that we do. But I was pretty sure that's where I'd seen them. You've never been to the Newport Aquarium, Amy? All right, everything's painted except the little bitty details, so we'll just do that real quick. So we have the little heart on the snowflake, and then we have the eyes. I'm trying to remember what I painted. I just put gray paint on that. Oh my goodness. If I could get through a whole painting without cross painting or messing something up, that would be a miracle. 5 minutes. Oh, you can't see him. Is he doing okay? He's getting better. Oh, it's good that y'all all live in a small radius. That's awesome. My family does not live close, so I think it would be really cool to be able to be close to family like that. Well, Amy, it sounds like a road trip is in order. I thought everybody'd been there at least once. I guess really, you know, unless you have little ones, there's not much reason to go. But, I mean, I enjoy it. My husband doesn't. He doesn't want to just go. But I would. Maybe we can take a trip, Amy. I don't know. Has your son called you wanting you to take care of him? Because I swear to you, I'm almost 40 years old, and when I had it, I wanted my mom to come take care of me. I felt so bad. I haven't felt like that in a long time, but I was miserable. Of course, I wouldn't let her. I think I did this pink, or the fuchsia, the heart. So I'm just switching to a smaller brush, and I'm going to outline right along those etched lines here. I probably shouldn't have painted it gray because now it's going to take a little extra coverage. Yes, you do, don't you, Amy? All about the road trips. Yeah, it's fun petting the stingrays. I like that. You know, I think my favorite trip like that was to, yeah, that didn't cover well at all, so I'm going to give that a few minutes. My favorite trip like that was to SeaWorld. So surely you've been to SeaWorld, Amy. You're an Orlando girl, right? That is like my favorite place ever. To see to interact with the marine animals. Aw, well, that is so nice of you, Teresa. Yeah, you definitely. I was very lucky to have dear friends bring food and help with that kind of stuff since my family isn't close, so I know he appreciates that. I forgot to grab my yellow. I'm trying to find yellow. This is more of an orange, like a little apricot. I'm going to use it. SeaWorld is a lot of fun. We do they still do like the shows and stuff? I know they kind of came under fire. I'm not sure if they're still doing those or not, but you know, I remember the whale shows from when I was a kid and we used to go. And then of course my kids loved it, and they just have so many animals you can interact with there. When we went to Orlando with all of our kids, we did Disney and we did SeaWorld. And I think everyone actually liked SeaWorld more than Disney. Yeah, you should definitely go, Teresa. At least once. Oh, I forgot the black on the eyes. I need to do that. Well, hopefully he starts feeling better and you all are able to stay clear of the sickness and get back together soon. It's kind of crazy out there right now. I'm just using a liner brush and just outlining that center part of the eye and the circles. Oops. Well, I just made a mess of that. Oh well. It's just paint. We can fix it, right? Usually have my baby wipes handy to wipe off any issue. But I think I'm running low. I need to get some. Actually, I do think I have. That one's a little bit wet still. I'll just use it. So I went over in the white part a little bit. So I'm just going to get most of that off, and then I'll go back over it with white. Okay, I think everything's painted. Paint pen will work for the black around the eyes. Yes, a paint pen will work. Just make sure that your base paint is really dry. You know, paint pens aren't very good when the paint is at all wet. So just let it dry and then do a paint pen. Or you could just not paint under it if you wanted to. If you didn't do the bottom layer all white, you could just use a paint pen inside with no issues. I'm trying to go over this real quick. Might end up making a gray eyeball here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so in the kits you get a 6000, which has always been our go-to glue, but I have started using this really good product. I love it. I didn't at first, but it's really grown on me, so I've started using it on a lot of our stuff here. Of course, we don't send in the kits because it doesn't come in little bottles, but it's a stick fast, and I really need to get this in our Amazon store, but stick fast adhesive, and it's really good for the wood. I mean, it holds everything. So that's what I'm going to do. But for the E6000, it does not stick right away, so you want to make sure all your pieces lay flat until it has a little bit of time to dry, because if you lift that up right after you glue with the E6000, your pieces will probably slide down the board. Alright, I'm gonna go back and paint this little heart in a little while. I might do white and then the fuchsia over top of it. Let me get my board. So these all kind of fit together here. So we're gonna put let me find my bottom piece. Okay, so the turquoise piece is gonna go at the bottom, and you do want to make sure that it's centered with your holes. Okay, so don't put the turquoise piece over here, because then when you hang it, it is not going to be looking right. So you want to make sure that you center this bottom piece with those holes at the top. Okay, you want that to line up, and it looks crooked on the camera, but all right. And then the big gray part goes in the middle here. I got that, and it has to go the right way to fit. Now you do have this long piece here, and you can use it if you want, but I really liked the look of it without it, so I did not put that on the example. But you can slide that in here if you want under the gray part, and you can do, see, to me it just fits weird with that, so I just don't think that's necessary. You can put it like as a separator on top of the gray and the turquoise, but then to me it bothers the penguin, so I don't know. I left that off. It's totally up to you if you want to use it or not. If you want to do like a strip of white or a strip of black right here, it's there for you. I went ahead and sent it. I thought about pulling it since I didn't use it, so hopefully that didn't confuse anybody. But we're just going to put these 3 big pieces down like that. And then, let me remember here. So the penguin is going to go, you're going to take the head, and he kind of hangs right over here by that turquoise, not turquoise, fuchsia. We're going to slide him down. So the earmuffs go here, and I don't want that to blend in with the gray background, so I'm going to kind of push that up a little bit. And these are the earmuffs. They're going to go on the side of his little head. Yep. Then this. So this is the third layer. This goes on top of that face right here. Where's my body? Oh, there it is. Okay, then our little penguin body goes right underneath there. The scarf matches up with these pieces that are jagged. And then these are the hands. So the snowflake fits on top of these hands right here. So you're gonna glue that together, and then you're gonna put that right inside that scarf like that. Okay. All right. Now when you are gluing, I realize I haven't glued anything. I like to place everything first and then go back and glue it. See, if I had glued the penguin like that, my welcome wouldn't fit. Okay, so I need to move my little penguin over to here, and now I can fit all of my letters on the board. And I just kind of line it up with the bottom of that gray piece, and then I can put the warm winter on there. So I'm just gonna put this right on here. You can use kind of a ruler across the top to hold that even or steady when you're gluing. I'm always at a weird angle here at this table. I need to get a taller chair because I feel like if I try to glue while I'm sitting down here, they're gonna be crooked for sure. I usually just eyeball it, but you can always measure or whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. Thank you, Amy. All right, so just like that. And then when you use your E6000, especially on the smaller letters, you don't want to put a big glob on the back of that, because then when you go to push it on your wood, it's going to ooze out the sides and it will mess up your board. You won't be able to just wipe it off. So just be careful about using the glue. Less is more. Try to keep it in the center of your letters and kind of spread it out. So you can use a Q-tip or a plastic knife or something to spread that out. Once you get everything glued, you're going to take your twine and put it through the holes at the top and then tie it, and you can hang it. And really this would be super cute with a bow or something. So you could add ribbon and put a little bit more color on there. I think I'm not going to glue this just so I can make sure everything's lined up when I'm standing over it. And I do think too I'm going to put another coat on the fuchsia. Hey Susan! Yes, we do cut all the wood pieces. So we have several machines that just run constantly. Thanks, Teresa. He's so cute. It's kind of a last little winter design before we have all Valentine and spring and Easter. So we still have a couple of the winter things out because it is still freezing. So all right, guys, well, it is painted and I guess we are done. I'll do some touch-up later, and I can't wait to see your finished penguin. So make sure you post your unfinished kits inside the craft kit group, and we'll be voting for a new BOGO in what, 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. Thanks for joining me. It was nice chatting with y'all. Have a good night. Bye.